At some later point this year, Tesla said earlier, it should ramp up production to 10,000 Model 3s weekly. Electric automaker Tesla Incorporated has again fallen short of production goals for its new Model 3 sedan. The company also revealed that it delivered a total of 29,870 cars during the most recent quarter, including 15,200 Model S, 13,120 Model X and 1,550 Model 3. The good people over at Inside EVs have done their tabulating, and the numbers are in 2017, almost 200,000 electric vehicles were sold in the US. According to Tesla, of the 2,425 Model 3 vehicles produced in the fourth quarter, 793 of them, almost 33%, were made in the last 7 working days of the quarter. Tesla said, as a result of the significant growth in our production rate, we made as many Model 3s since December 9 as we did in the more than 4 months of Model 3 production up to that point, explaining that this is why it wasn't able to deliver many of these cars during the holiday season, just before the quarter ended. Analysts had expected 4,100 Model 3 sedans to be delivered in the fourth quarter, according to financial data and analytics firm FactSet. Pre-orders for the Model 3 were through the roof after the company announced the launch, reaching over 500,000 by July 2017, a year after the announcement. It also delivered 220 Model 3s in the third quarter. Analysts had expected total deliveries of about 30,000. The company said another 2,520 Model S and X vehicles and 860 Model 3 vehicles were in transit to customers at the end of the quarter. These will be counted as deliveries in Q1 2018. Tesla says it made significant progress in reducing unspecified production bottlenecks toward the end of the fourth quarter. This is why we were not able to deliver many of these cars during the holiday season, just before the quarter ended. But the company said it's focusing on quality and plant efficiency, not just meeting volume targets. By the end of Q2, that should double to 5,000 per week. The Model 3 is critical to Tesla's long-term success, as it is the most affordable of its cars to date and is the only one capable of transforming the niche carmaker to a mass producer amid a sea of rivals entering the nascent electric vehicle market. In a statement Wednesday, the company thanked those buyers who continued to stick by us while patiently waiting for their cars. Tesla said, "Our delivery count should be viewed as slightly conservative, as we only count a vehicle as delivered if it is transferred to the customer and all paperwork is correct."
Elon Musk may yet convince skeptics that an electric semi-trailer is a better buy than diesel. Tesla has said its electric truck will save owners money over diesel trucks over time, but skeptics so far have expressed doubts and have clamored for more data and validation. A new report from Piper Jaffray suggests Tesla's semi-buyers could begin saving money over diesel engines after 2 years of ownership. Piper Jaffray analyst Alexander Potter said he thinks EV trucks will succeed factoring the costs of variables such as engine manufacturing, fuel, electricity and maintenance, along with assumptions about how customers are likely to use a large commercial semi-trailer. According to Potter, electric vehicles do appear to cost much more to manufacture. For example, he estimates the cost of all parts on a diesel truck that would not be needed on an electric vehicle to be $37,128, while the cost of parts needed on an EV, but not a diesel, would be much higher, at $82,720. That is mostly due to the battery pack, which is estimated at $54,500 installed. However, the costs of repairing, refueling and maintaining an electric vehicle are lower. Yearly spending on those expenses runs $35,676 per diesel truck. the electric truck would cost less than half, $14,306. At that rate, electric trucks would recoup their extra costs over diesels and begin saving money in about 2.1 years, Potter said. Potter said, other factors are needed for future versions of the payback model, particularly around costs. For example, it is not known whether fleets will need to spend significantly more to replace batteries as they degrade, or if they will be able to solve that problem by redeploying older trucks to lower mileage routes. There also may be unforeseen maintenance costs or downtime and effects on performance from extreme weather. Tesla also said it has been able to improve range by reducing drag on the sleek vehicle as it drives. But diesel manufacturers could make similar improvements to their trucks, reducing the Tesla Semi's edge.
Tesla Model 3 delivery has been delayed again, the company announced last week. That sounds bad news for the customers who have been waiting for their orders to be delivered so they can experience the electric vehicle revolution. If you are one of them, there's a quick way you can get on a Model 3 EV. Rent one on Turo. As reported by the Washington Post, only about 1,000 Tesla Model 3 cars are coming out of the Tesla factory every week according to latest estimates. That is way lower than the 5,000 per week delivery that CEO Elon Musk has targeted. Per Chicago Tribune, Tesla said it would be able to hit that production level by the end of June, while it said it is expecting to produce 2,500 units a week of its mass-market electric car by the end of March. Tesla has no public test drives for the Model 3s yet, and it does not have units in showrooms either. But there's a fast way you can test the vehicle now. Car-sharing services such as Turo, which is also known as the Airbnb for cars, are renting out the Tesla Model 3. The San Francisco-based company said there are at least 6 Model 3s available for rent in Virginia, Colorado, Florida, and California. According to Steve Webb, the director of communication at Turo, by the end of January, up to 20 Model 3 units will be available for peer-to-peer car sharing. There are also 116 Turo members who have signed up to rent their Tesla Model 3 once they are delivered to them. Interested individuals can experience driving a Tesla Model 3 via Turo for $196 to $990 a day, given the car's rarity and high demand. Tesla delivered only 1,770 Model 3s in 2017 since the first ones came out in July. There are also several Tesla Model S and Model X available on Turo, which can be rented out for $100 to $200 a day. Elon Musk also sees the benefit of car sharing so that car owners can earn from this asset that depreciates over time. In fact, he plans to establish a Tesla network, a fleet of autonomous Tesla cars that will be available for ride-sharing. Other automotive companies such as General Motors and BMW have existing similar ride-sharing programs. The Nissan IMX concept from last year's Tokyo Motor Show previews a new electric crossover that's expected to come to market in the coming years. But while earlier reports said the production IMX will be based on the Leaf EV, as it turns out, that might not be the case. Speaking at this week's Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, Daniele Schillaci, Nissan's Executive Vice President for Global Marketing and Sales, says the new electric crossover will ride on a bespoke platform. The IMX concept will be on display this week at CES, and indeed, it previews a production model. That said, bespoke doesn't necessarily mean all new. It could be a stretched or heavily altered version of the Leaf's platform. When asked if these new underpinnings will come from the scalable EV architecture detailed in Renault-Nissan's Alliance 2022 plan, Schillaci simply reiterated that it will be bespoke, and declined to give any technical data regarding the modular platform. In fact, when asked to clarify that the production IMX's architecture won't just be the same as what's under the Leaf, Schillaci again just said that it will be, you guessed it, bespoke. When it debuted in Tokyo, the IMX was said to use 2 electric motors for a combined output of 430 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque. The high-capacity battery pack is said to allow for a maximum range of more than 373 miles, which is impressive, though, obviously, best taken with a grain of salt. Nissan also told us the IMX could connect to a city's local power grid and act as a virtual power plant, returning unused electricity to its source. That's rad. So while a production version of the IMX is imminent, it might not be the Leaf-based vehicle we initially expected, at least, not exactly. In any case, we'll know more in a few years, as the new crossover is slated to launch before the end of the decade.